that watermelon still is too punchy. And Elisa, in no way am I knocking your drink. I just think the proportions might be off. But the whole point of this training, Elisa, is to improve and get better. Hope I didn't offend you.
This is exactly what I don't want.
Jesse Barnes is one of the best service trainers in America. And for the first time, they're gonna learn how to serve business clientele rather than play pirate.
When you walk in a bar, first impressions are everything. So Mike, now you're gonna be my server.
Ladies, good evening. What brings you here this time?
Mike, are you still a pirate or are we back to normal?
Fine. Good evening and welcome, ladies. What brings you here this evening?
They're a mess. I mean, they're insane. There's nothing I can compare it to. Let's do it in normal people voices and not in pirate.
You asked me to have a conversation. So the first thing I'm gonna ask about is what brings you this evening?
Yeah, I understand that, but you're no longer in a pirate bar, so let's talk like a normal person. You know, I'm just...
What do you want me to do? Like, this is just me.
I think that they have to accept the fact that they're screwing everything up before they can move on, and maybe tonight will be a wake-up call for them. Act like the people you see outside of this place.
I hate those people.
Okay.
Those people are gonna make you money.
Joseph begins his training by introducing the staff to their new drink menu.
What you're looking at right here is our entire menu. Okay, we start with the shooters. This is the one for the ladies. It's vanilla vodka, passion fruit, fresh mint, and fresh squeezed lemon juice. The menu I designed for this bar is definitely geared towards a younger demographic. Moving on to the slammers. This is what you're gonna give to the gin tonic drinker. A slammer is essentially a mixed shot, and when you slam it down on the bar, it causes the fizz to really erupt, and then you shoot it right then and there.
The new drinks, you know, I wouldn't personally drink them. The mixes are hard to remember. We'll be lucky if I can remember how to pour a whiskey and Coke.
Armed with their new menu, the staff begins to learn Joseph's speed techniques.
I have confidence that with a little bit more practice, you are gonna be making these with lightning speed. Speed is absolutely essential to running a great bar. You see it in a lot of cocktail bars where they make these amazing handcrafted creations, but it's been 20 minutes and you're 3 rows deep. So that actually starts to detract from the vibe of the space. This is where you're literally training your body to be at the same point every single time. The keys to moving faster as a bartender, 4 separate movements. The first is the flip. You basically just flip the bottle up on top of itself, like this. The stickers on my students' wrists keep them mindful of the part of the wrist that should be out, so it's much easier to control the flow. When you're ready to stop the flow, the quick downward sort of pop creates a bubble wrist that passes up through the neck, so the flow stops. Bubble, and then turn the key. Just cut it off right there, turn the key. Flip, sticker, bubble, key. Matt, you're falling behind.
Training with Joe, he's quite knowledgeable as far as the bar is concerned, but we've all been bartending for a long time. We do what we've been told, and we do our best to not overpour here.
Proper technique, which is what you guys are starting to do, is exactly what's gonna keep pour costs down. Do you remember the Beventel reports that John showed you?
$1,218 worth of liquor. This money is gone.
What were the numbers again?
The Beventel numbers are bull. We are all off probably, but not by nearly as much as the Beventel report stated.
It's no different than theft in my eyes. From where my perspective is, it's all the same.
For Joe to accuse us of stealing, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. You're accusing us of something.
Oh my God. I brought up the Beventel report because the numbers, to a certain extent, don't lie.
The Beventel numbers
So
said.
you think the Beventel numbers bull?
You don't need to throw in our face about a report that I feel is mainly.
I don't care if you're gonna try to stand up to me to prove a point. Your attitude sucks. If you want to take that as an attack, that's your own problem. I brought up the Beventel reports.
Friday, you guys gave away $1,218 worth of liquor.
Kristen misstepped pretty intensely. I was really hoping that you care about this place.
I
You're
do.
treating it like, so then do the work.
Okay, I am. I'm sorry then.
Thank you.
Okay.
Back to work. I don't doubt for a second that Kristen felt attacked, but you can either fight or just simply do the work and pay attention with their techniques. There you go. That is an excellent habit to get yourself into. It is a guarantee that the Beventel numbers will improve.
I'd like you to meet some very dear friends of mine. This is Jesse Barnes. Jesse's worked in the top nightclubs in the country in service. Phil is one of the fastest bartenders I've ever seen. Phil is gonna work with you guys behind the bar as Jesse works on service. I want to leave you with something. This is the monument to your failure. The sickle. That's who you are. But that's not who you have to be. Okay, let's do this. Let's go to work.
What I see right now is the bartender skills are not up to par. They're not making multiple drinks. The technical part of things is just not there right now, and that's gonna be really hard to do because we don't have a lot of time to do it.
All right, guys, here we go. So I'm gonna give you an example of true shake where you're actually binding all the ingredients together. Not a roll or a dump, which I saw you guys do it a lot last night. You get there and you shake it and you bring life to it. You build it up. Now what this is doing is anytime you use anything that's citrus, like a sour, a lemon, a lime, you need to dilute that with the shake, with the ice, with the water. And just visually, you can see the difference in the drink. So last night, you guys were making one drink at a time, and then one drink at a time, and then one drink at a time. So what I'm gonna do to start off with you guys, I'm just gonna show you a little bit of multitasking and how to make 3 drinks at one time, okay? So we have one drink that's just a straight drink in a mixer, and then we have 2 drinks that are very, very similar, right? Boom, boom, and boom. Whiskey ginger, fuzzy navel, sex on the beach. How long do you think that took to make?
45 seconds.
If that, right? See how simple that was?
Sweet, why is that faster than grabbing the 2 bottles, doing the liquor in both, and then taking the gun and doing both?
So what's happening with this drink that you finished making already before you finished off these drinks? It's dying. It's already started to get watered down. It's already started to dilute. You know how long it takes for a drink to die? 2 minutes. So you don't want to make that drink and then go and make these other drinks first. You try to knock them all out at the same time so you can deliver them all at the same time so they get the freshest possible drinks.
I'm never gonna do it the way that you did it.
Really?
When I'm behind the bar making regular drinks, not having to do special technique, I'm a high ringer. You can't tell me my
What's
register.
special technique?
Well, the whole stirring thing, the pouring over the ice.
Stirring?
No, I'm just saying.
I said 100 people in this bar last night. You made drinks one at a time. You never even put 2 glasses up there at once.
Those are techniques that a bartender, everybody should know.
I'm just saying that I'm not used to using.
They're not.
The more you speak, the more of a fool you look like.
I don't bring the register. I don't bartend. Are you kidding me?
It's okay. Relax. Relax.
This is like, really?
Relax.
I don't bring the
They're
register.
They're teaching.
Bartender.
Jen, relax.
I'm trying to inspire her to do better. If I can get you angry enough, you look in the mirror, you'll change something, man. You win. Was that too much for you?
I thought that I was good, but it's like when you're faced with a different reality than what I was perceiving, then, you know, it bothered me a little bit.
The harsh reality is you're not very good at this. And the sooner you accept this, the sooner you will be good at it.
So, everyone, I love working with people that love what they do. I really love what I do. I think Lonnie has really missed the mark. They're serving frozen pizza, which is an offense to people in Chicago. So today we are gonna work on a Chicago-style flatbread with total cultural influence. I'm really excited about this. Got this beautiful Polish sausage. We're gonna put it on a tandoori naan bread with sauerkraut on top of it and a little bit of smoked cheese.
I don't eat white bread, so you just lost me as a customer.
You wouldn't eat this, but those hipsters across the street are gonna eat it.
Are there preservatives in the Polish sausage?
Yes, there are. Look at the preservatives in the frozen pizza you've been serving.
There's not in there.
Those pizzas in there? Those pizzas are made with lots of really overly processed ingredients. So you don't have to go overboard because it's quality over quantity.
What's the cost per plate of that?
Less than your pizza. Get in there, girl.
I love the sausage. Considering flatbreads are so popular right now, this is a really good one.
It's pretty and it's hip, but that's not a pizza. That's a flatbread pretty dish. It's not a pizza. This is supposed to appeal to who? Is this the meal that someone's gonna order at 6 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, at 12 o'clock, and at 3 o'clock?
Would I have her be making it if it wasn't? Of course it would work, or I wouldn't be doing it. Come on, Lonnie. Am I gonna have to justify every decision I make to you?
I completely get that you're not targeting me. That's loud.
Well,
That's
then-
loud and clear.
Well then, you need to shut the hell up and listen. Jesus, I feel like I'm back in elementary school. Go draw your hearts and your anger lines. I brought Chef Pink here to help Lonnie. Rather than being appreciative and embracing it, she's rejecting it. She's resisting anything that isn't the way she wants it to be.
All right, guys, I watched last night. You poured 3 ounces for each drink. So training today is gonna be all about pour. I'm gonna tell them to pour 1 1/4 ounces, which should be your standard pour for any bar. And then we're gonna pour into an exacto pour. We're gonna see if the most important pour is on point. I want you to pour 1 1/4 ounces and just put it in there. Next, 1 1/4 ounces. Switch, next. Let's see what you got, boo.
Why are you guys laughing at me?
Yeah.
That's an owner pour.
Okay, so check it out. I'm not surprised.
Right here.
This is Miss Nicole's, the highest one.
Yeah.
So Nicole right here is over 1 ounce over.
I think that's just the way we all pour. I don't know.
Jeremy, you're almost right effing on. Why are you teaching them? And you can be here holding the standard and say, Nicole, I just watched you pour that. You're wasting my booze.
I'm not the only one doing it, but it's not that bad. That's the thing.
You're not thinking about the dollars that you're losing across the bar.
When divided into 1 1/4 ounce servings, a 1 liter bottle of liquor produces 27 cocktails. Pricing a cocktail at $7 translates into total sales of $189 per bottle. An overpour of 3 ounces of liquor reduces the total servings per bottle to 11 cocktails. This translates into total sales of only $77, resulting in a loss of $112 in potential revenue per bottle.
Don't cheat your business. You gotta realize it, because you're not.
But
you're doing it to him. You're doing. When you pour a whiskey and soda, where does that whiskey come to?
Should be like right about here.
Should be right about there?
Yeah. No. Overflowing. Overflowing.
2, 3, 4, 5. Double was where you said for a single.
Let's just not exaggerate it like crazy here.
This is 3 ounces of booze. This is 1 1/4.
I just don't think that's real. I don't think that's reality.
I just poured it.
I know, but I'm saying what I poured last night.
I wish we could get a thing in here right now to show you. This is the drink that you served last night. And then there was trash. Let's just get into it. There's just trash everywhere. And then there's this over here. There's probably some lime juice over on the bar over here. Your bar looked like a disaster, and you're serving people 3 ounces of booze.
I just want to be exactly real.
Let's be
I don't
exactly
want
real.
to exaggerate
Exactly real.
about it. Let's be real.
Your count is up, and it's him in the.
I don't think that's completely accurate.
You keep talking and interrupting, keep talking, and it pisses me off. We got a lot of work to do. We really got to work on those pours. We got to work on our speed. We got stress tests tonight.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Hey.
Doing good? All right, tired? What's going on?
We had a lot of cleaning, man. We had a lot of cleaning.
Yeah, it does smell a lot better in here, and I appreciate that. Dave, I saw you hanging out here at the bar a lot last night, but you weren't really being productive within the bar. And these girls are running back and forth trying to do their job as good as they can. So now I want to get you to where you can help them out behind this bar. So for now, let's come back here, let's make a cocktail. Make sure that you count out loud so we can hear it. Okay? Go.
1, 2.
Wait, hold on, let's time out. Let's back up. You like music, right? And you know that there's always some sort of a rhythm with that music.
Yeah.
All right? Think about 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, like a beat. Just give them exactly what they're ordering, and if everything is priced correctly, you don't have to worry about it.
You know, I like to overpour here. I won't go to a bar if they measure their shots and pour it in there. I'm not going back. So we make it just a tad bit stronger.
Now you're telling me exactly why you're missing out on $197,000 a year. You're trying to do something that's not business smart, and that's how your business is gonna go downhill. Do it again.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6.
Good.
All right.
So we're gonna rock and roll this stress test tonight, all right?
Teamwork tonight's gonna be very important. Under the box is ingredients for a classic cocktail. And you have to work as a team to figure out what cocktail it is and then make it for me. Your ingredients are going to be vodka, lemon juice, simple syrup, and I have a lemon.
We'll fill that with ice, but I don't know what cocktail I'm making.
What kind of glass is that?
Collins.
Okay. Think about that.
Vodka. Right. It's so obvious, right? A vodka Collins.
Make it.
I'm kind of lost on this drink. What do you think?
Use the shaker. Now you need something from the gun, and I don't know, I think it's soda.
I think it's, why was I thinking tonic? No? Club. You think club? Final answer?
Do you want to phone a friend?
Let's phone a friend. Lee. Ring.
What was the question?
What was the question? Okay, Lee, I'm sorry. I'm up to here because I've been watching you fall asleep. This is your bar, dude. And you don't give a
I'm not saying I don't give a Honestly, I'm very frustrated, and I'm like, in my mind, they should know some of these drinks.
And that's why I'm here to train them. Being a bar owner, you gotta study and know your and you train them. Otherwise, I'm gonna leave, you're gonna go right back to being Eeyore playing pool, and these girls are gonna go back to doing whatever the they want because you don't care.
I agree, and I apologize.
So sorry. What do we think goes on top of that?
Tonic.
It's wrong. Okay. I'm a little nervous because these bartenders have huge personalities, but no skill to back up their talk. So we've got to make sure that we can rock out stress test tonight.
Last night we had a big issue on consistency with drinks, and that's what I'm trying to get Ed to understand. What do you need to do as an owner for your staff?
Train my bartenders.
Train your bartenders, but you don't know how to bartend.
That's the problem we've been having.
They don't have somebody leading them. You have to have recipes that are there for your bar staff. Emily, how long have you been bartending?
2 years.
And you bartended?
Corporate bars.
Did you guys have recipes?
We had a book of recipes.
So you had standard operating procedures?
Absolutely.
Today, I'm gonna quiz this staff on basic classic cocktails to see if they know the right procedure to create these drinks. You have 3 ways to make a cocktail: a stir, a build, and a shake. What's the procedure to make a Cape Cod? Cape Cod, very simple. What goes in it?
No, I've never even heard.
Vodka cranberry. Jeez, guys. It is a build. Give you an easy one. Rum and Coke. Build. Stir. Stir. No. Build. Boom, boom. That's simple. The ingredients just go right into the glass and just building it in all the ingredients that it comes through, okay?
I never really heard like those terms. I was like, stir, like do you just stir it or? I feel like I have a long way to go, but I'll get there eventually.
You guys ready to see these drinks?
Yeah.
All right. We're right next to Wrigley Field. So we can't have these drinks that take a lot of ingredients. They have to be quick because the quicker those drinks go out, the more revenue comes in.
And also, for training today, we'll be using plastic cups due to the city ordinance regarding safety during Cubs season.
In case they drop, you guys aren't picking up broken glass. The first one I want to start off with is called a whiskey ginger. 1.5 ounce of bourbon, 1.5 ounce each of soda and ginger ale. And your garnish is going to be a lemon. There you have it, guys. Whiskey ginger. What do you guys think about it?
Good, simple, they're fast. We could do it.
Ed, I want you to come back here first, Ed. I'm gonna get you making a drink.
I don't want to be behind the bar. I don't want to be in the kitchen. My job should be up in the front of the house promoting the bar.
We're gonna do a whiskey ginger.
I didn't take notes.
We're gonna be using our bourbon. Okay, so what's your count to do a 1.5 ounce?
4 count?
6.
6 count. For every 1/4 ounce is 1 second. What else are we missing out of there?
And then ginger ale.
There you go. Good.
I've learned a lot. It's amazing how much thought can go into pouring 3 ingredients into a glass.
Tonight during the stress test, nothing goes out of this bar that's not great, but we're gonna have to get this bar set up. So you guys ready? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
What's Chicago all about?
Chicago-style hot dogs.
This is all about staying true. The kitchen's absolutely disgusting, but we finally got to a point where I can do training today.
And keep things quick and easy for someone like Ed. We're going with a local favorite.
We're gonna serve a Chicago dog the right way to where you would wanna come in, because you know at the stadium, you're gonna pay triple the amount, or come over here and put money in our pocket.
I'm always interested in learning something new. I'm excited to work with the chef, and honestly, I don't think I'm gonna be stressed out, but who knows?
So we take our buns, we steam them. Then you're gonna take your all beef hot dog. You pop it inside your steamer. These are things that you can walk out and actually talk to people in your dining room. And if you actually smile, that would be amazing.
Well, this is kind of tough when a guy you've never met is calling you a bunch of names.
We came here to work together, but when I come in and you have your head down and you're mad, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I do need help managing a bar in a kitchen.
So let's work on that and let's stop the bull.
I don't think I've ever been a very good back kitchen guy. That's not where I need to be. That's like pulling Michael Jordan out of the 4th quarter to have him serve Gatorade to his teammates on the bench.
And does that mean that you are in that scenario?
I am absolutely Michael Jordan. I'm the glue that holds the book together.
We're gonna put our tomatoes on one side, put a pickle on one side. You take a couple of the sport peppers, you put the diced onions on top, a little bit of the celery salt, mustard, and then
Bright green relish.
What do you think?
Tell you the truth, my mom would feed it to me as a kid. Wasn't impressed with it back then. Not a fan.
It's one thing what you like, but we have to remember what your customers like. It's about understanding your demographic. This is product that you can do in seconds. With simple food costing, you can get people in the door here. The more they eat, the more they drink. What happens when you drink more?
You make more money.
You're a Chicago boy. You tell me if we won or not.
It's good.
How are you guys doing today?
Excellent.
Good. How are you?
Let's start off with the elote lettuce taco. Okay?
Okay.
What is everyone's number one complaint when you're eating elote?
The steak.
And it gets in your teeth and right, you know? So what I did here is I made an elote corn salad. So I charred corn with onions and garlic, some crema, and I made this ahead of time. So here we have some beautiful bib lettuce. So now my elote, some cheese, a little bit of radish we're gonna add.
This is good.
Very tasty.
Wow.
Honestly, I don't think this is gonna work here.
It's not gonna work.
No.
Okay, why?
Our customers don't come here to get lettuce. They come here to get tacos.
So here you have two ladies that say it's delicious, it's light, it's refreshing, and then I have you saying it's not a good fit.
Well, most of our customers that we get, you know, they're guys, so they want, you know, the crunchy tacos. So I mean,
I'm gonna write it off with you're drunk and you don't know.
That is so sexist.
We're gonna
That's a
have to.
stereotype.
I'm just honestly not impressed with that one. No disrespect to the chef. I mean, it's something new, something different, but that doesn't define JJ's at all.
All right, so we got some work to do to get ready for stress test. You guys feeling okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right, thank you.
What I saw out of Brad last night is a complete disconnection from what's going on in his own bar, which has led to bad team morale and an untrained staff. So today in training, we're gonna take it back to basics. All right, so last night you guys were asked about a gimlet, which is a very much classic cocktail. What's in a gimlet?
I have no idea.
Nobody comes in and orders a gimlet, ever, which I have never sold in 16 years, not once.
I'll just tell you right now, Elisa, as a bartender, you know a gimlet. I don't know what Elisa's deal is with the attitude, but John brought me here to help, and Elisa is not helping any of that happen. What's your drink you served last night?
Alice?
The Alice? Would you mind maybe jumping back here and making it?
I don't want to say this.
Devin, you're the manager, man. This is when you step up. Are you just winging it? I mean, are you counting? What are you doing?
A little bit of both, I guess.
Okay. Well, let's all taste it. That watermelon still is too punchy. And Elisa, in no way am I knocking your drink. I just think the proportions might be off. But the whole point of this training, Elisa, is to improve and get better. Hope I didn't offend you.
This is exactly what I don't want.
Can we not do the camera thing? Sweetheart, hang on.
Hang on. This is exactly what I didn't want.
I know
don't
you
want
don't.
this. I come in here and I bust my ass every day.
I understand. All they're do is
They're
make
doing
a drink.
it in a way.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
Elisa,
are.
please don't. He's just saying put it in a smaller glass, but when you flood it with too much liquor, putting it in a beer glass, that's all he's saying. I think she had a little problem with the criticism because that was a drink that she'd made up. If you want to go, you can go.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
She doesn't deal well with fresher stuff like that. I wish she'd have stayed, but under the circumstances, I thought that it'd be better if she just went home. Too bad.
What's going on?
You know, she just feels like she's being hammered on.
If the person that is supposed to be training doesn't want to learn, yeah. What do you think is going to happen next?
So I had to let her go.
Oh, you just let her go?
Not as fired her. I just told her.
Oh, let her go home?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's obvious that Elisa's attitude, with her being here for the last 16 years, and her know-it-all and know-nothing kind of demeanor, is not good for the staff. But the idea he's not firing her right now is incredible to me. All right, well, we're gonna get back to training.
When he said he let her go, part of me was like, oh, finally. But hearing that Brad just let her go home, it's upsetting, and that there needs to be standards and rules set so she can't cross that boundary.
Hi, this is Jon Taffer. Click here to subscribe to Paramount Network on YouTube for more Bar Rescue.